Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here, and today we're going to put together Optimus Prime. It's set number 10302. He's only been out for a little less than a month. Gonna go ahead and build this. This is a really fun set for me, and that's just because my age. Transformers the cartoon was something that was out when I was a kid, and they built the cartoon version of him, which I really appreciate, not the movie version of him. And it comes with a couple extra things like his gun, which is cool, his battle axe, and an Energon cube, and it comes with the Matrix. Anyway, pretty cool stuff, and it's very nostalgic for me. So just gonna go ahead and build this thing. And this is the first Transformer that Lego has come out with. I know that Mega Bloks did some Transformers, or Transformer-like things, so glad to see Lego get their hands on it because I think it looks better. And see, I have to admit, seeing this right here makes me believe they are going to build more, and I hope they do, because I would love to see Megatron, Starscream, and Bumblebee. So we'll see. Anyway. I know that I'm primarily focusing on City right now, but I will admit, if Lego comes out with more Transformers, I would definitely buy them, regardless of me focusing on the City. Only because of my childhood, and I think it's really cool. And bag number one, here we go. So it's been great. I've been working on organizing my Legos. Of course, as you can imagine, after a move, that's absolutely necessary, and it definitely is in this case. I have about 130 cabinets, and they're the kind of cabinets you stick nuts and bolts in. I've got about 130 of them for my personal Legos, the ones I use on the City Mock. And the thing is, I've got about 27, 28 so far that are organized. So I've got a very long way to go. And even though I don't have access to the shop yet, where I'm going to be doing my Lego City Mock, I'm in a race against time, because I want to have that all done before I have access to the shop. That way, as soon as I have access to the shop, I can add lights to the shop, add insulation. I don't think I'm going to have money to do the heating and air conditioning at first, so it's going to be hotter than a firecracker in there, and it's going to be cold as ever. And good morning, Mrs. Chip. How you doing? Thanks for joining me this morning. But I'm in a race against time to get that done. I just want to be able to, as soon as I have access to the shop, I want to be able to put all my personal Legos in there. I know my house and garage will appreciate that. My personal Legos take up a little bit more than half my garage right now, and they take up a whole entire bedroom in the home. And up here in this room over the garage, it also takes up a piece of that. So, yeah, my house will certainly appreciate me getting these Legos out of here. And speaking of Mrs. Chip, she just got home, and I don't mean here, because she was here. I mean her home in Ohio. She was here for about a week. My youngest son, he graduated high school, and so we both went out there to see him graduate. And then Mrs. Chip came home with me for about a week, and now she's got to go back because she's got to work. And I was not able to take off any time when she was here. I was able to take off time to go to North Carolina to see my son graduate. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, things have been going pretty well. As you guys know, I moved, and this is my first live stream after moving, so I'm a little rusty. However, I am excited to do this live stream. I imagine this is his chest piece where the Matrix is going to go, but I'm just guessing. I don't know. I did not open this ahead of time, so So I've been working on the house and got quite a bit done. I got a long way to go. This house needs some TLC times 10,000. One of the first things I did to this house is I can't stand when things are not the same. And I know that might be some of my OCD there, but when I first bought the house, there was incandescent bulbs, fluorescent bulbs, and one or two LEDs, but not many LEDs. And I find that really annoying. I don't like incandescent bulbs too much. They burn too much energy. I don't like the fluorescent pigtail ones because they go through this period of a warming up where they're not as bright when you first turn them on, and it kind of gradually works its way up to full strength, I guess you could say. I don't like those. And but there was a mixture. I mean, you'd have a light fixture and there would be a pigtail fluorescent, and there'd be an incandescent, or there'd be an LED and an incandescent, something like that. So I found it rather annoying, and so one of the first things I did is I went out and bought a bunch of light bulbs, and they're all LEDs, and I replaced most of the bulbs in the house. I still have a few that I couldn't get to because I don't have that extended ladder. My dad has one, but I live in a different state from him now, so I can't exactly borrow it, so I gotta go buy my own. And well, it's just not in the cards right now to get that ladder. I hope to be able to get it though. Anyway, one of the first things I did with light bulbs, and with LEDs, they're much brighter. And with it being much brighter, I can see actually down the hallway at night. I can actually see in the master closet, the walk-in closet. So anyway, that's an improvement. Plus, I contacted the utility company before I got here, and this electric bill in this house was averaging about 180, I think it was, before I got the house. And my first full month here, my electric bill was only $80. So I'm not saying that's all due to light bulbs, but it is due to different habits, and light bulbs is one of those things that's changed around here. So anyway, we did that. Fixed the sprinkler system. Of course, how I fixed that is very kind of stupid, but the control panel thing for the sprinkler wasn't coming on, and it was plugged in, and it was just being goofy. And after all the things that I've gone through with this house, I got frustrated and I smacked it with the side of my fist, and when I did that, it started working, and it's been working ever since. So I have a working sprinkler system. Hey John, how you doing, bud? Thanks for joining me. And the sprinkler system, it does have a leak though, because when the cable company came out to put fiber optics in, they cut a line and didn't tell me. So I'm going to be calling them here and seeing what they want to do about it, because they're responsible. But anyway, most of the sprinkler system works. There's like 9 zones, and all of them are working but that one that got cut. So success in my opinion. We are building Optimus Prime, as you can see by the label, John, or the title, or whatever you want to say. And I do hope this is something that they end up making more of, to be honest. So let's see, what else have I done with the house? Fixed electrical. There were a couple lights downstairs in the basement that were literally hanging by their wires, and that's just not acceptable. That's not safe. And so I had to buy some. Anyway, I'm not going to get into technical, but I fixed it. I had lights in the cold storage area under the porch that didn't work either, and so I replaced the fixtures on that, and they're working again. And I love the cold storage little thing. It's not very big, but it's just something that stays cold year round, so you can put some food down there and it won't spoil so fast. And more the BCI, yeah, it is. And I hope Lego continues to build things that meet the eye, because it's awesome. Let's see, what else have I done in the house? Oh yeah, I added a lock to the garage door because that was broken and you couldn't lock it. Boy, I've done so many little things, it's hard to remember them all. But I've done quite a bit. I added air conditioning in this room because, well, it doesn't, I don't know if they did or didn't, but it doesn't feel like they put insulation in this room. So it's it gets pretty hot up in here. So I bought a little window air conditioning, and when Mrs. Chip was here, she helped me install it. We put it in there, and it has the little tube thing that goes through the window, and that way you can get rid of the exhaust, and it does stay rather comfortable up here now. However, I will say I can't have it on during the live stream, so I feel the temperature as I'm sitting here slowly creeping up, and it's supposed to be a hot one today, near 100. So yeah, you know, hey, it's gonna be on as soon as this is over, let me tell you that. All right. Yeah, this is definitely the cab area of Optimus Prime. I do have my store open again. That's a success, and you guys have made it a success, because yesterday I had a really decent day when it comes to orders. So I appreciate anybody and everybody who decided to order from me. Thank you. And that money is going to go towards getting that shop up and going, because that shop needs a lot. I haven't, like I said, I have not been able to have access to it, so I really don't know the full state and condition of it. I'm imagining if it's anything like the rest of this house that I have, that it's going to have some issues, and I imagine those issues are going to revolve around electrical. But I know how to fix electrical, so I'm not too worried about that. How's Enzo and Max? They are doing wonderful. Enzo, I brought him over when I dropped off Miss Chip at the airport. I brought Enzo with me. I don't like leaving him at home. And Enzo, yes, he's a very spoiled dog. And Enzo, my dad absolutely likes seeing Enzo. My dad used to have dogs, but my dad, he, whatever notification that was on my other computer. Oh, there it is. It popped up on this one. Look back at your memories. June 18th. No, thank you. All right. We're on to bag number 2 and try to finish my story and remember it. So my dad, he grew up with dogs, and so I think that he misses having a dog. And yes, John, I got Enzo, I think it was 2 days after I moved in. He continued to misbehave at my sister's house, and he continued to go after the goats and the other livestock. And so my sister didn't want to put him down, but she didn't want him anymore, and so I arranged to get him, and I've had him for almost 2 months now. I can't believe I've actually been in this house almost 2 months now. That's quite a long time. So my dad was really thrilled to see him, and my dad definitely was petting him and giving him attention and love, and of course Enzo's just eating it up because that's the kind of dog he is. Max is doing good. They have a love-hate relationship, and let's see, Max, shortly after Enzo got here, Max was hissing at him all the time, and his hair was standing straight up, and so he was genuinely scared of him at first, but now Max just hisses at him, and his hair does not stand up, and he does it because he knows that Enzo's scared of him when he does it. So Max is just being a jerk. But Max is still cute, and he's still 20-something pounds. So, and John says, my Saturn V arrived. Got it before it's discontinued. Next is a space station. That is awesome, John. As you know, I have the Saturn V. I don't have the first version of it, but the two versions really aren't that much different. They only kind of re-released it because they realized that they discontinued it too quickly. So there wasn't a huge design overhaul on that. But I have the second version because I couldn't afford it when it was out the first time. And I believe what you got was the second version as well. But, you know, I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure exactly, John, but it's awesome that you got it, and I hope you'll put it together. In fact, if you're comfortable, John, if you haven't put it together yet, I would be more than happy to do a live stream. I can pay for a software that allows us to both be on the screen. You don't have to pay anything. I just text you the code, you sign on, and it's got both of us on there, and you can join me during the live stream, and we can chat it up and keep it family friendly, of course. But yeah, love to do that. And if you're interested, John, get a hold of me after. Let's see. I got chickens, or baby chicks. So my sister and I, in order to save money on shipping, we went ahead and ordered chicks together. And well, I ordered 12, or no, I ordered 15, and I think she ordered 12, 27, but over 40. Over 40 came in the mail, or yeah, we got way more than we were supposed to have. So I ended up coming home with 19 instead of 15, and had them for, I want to say, about 4 days now, and they're healthy, and no issues with them, and so really happy about that. And I think that they'll be a nice addition to my home. I might have to rehome a couple of them because I'm not sure my coop can take that many, so we'll see. And let's see, how was my sleep? It was really good, actually. I got about 7 hours when I got home from the airport, which, by the way, the airport's 2 hours from me now. It's not just 20 minutes like it was when I lived in the other house. And I dropped off Miss Chip, and yeah, it was cool. So I had a pretty decent time, to be honest. Come home, and oh, it's got my 5 plate. I forgot they made the 5 plate. See, this is a newer piece by Lego, and I mean, it's newer. It's been out, I would say, probably about a year now, but I still forget about it because I don't have that many of them, and I haven't gone on Bricklink and ordered any for my private collection. Mainly because the cost of them is still high because they're new, and they're still not that plentiful out there. I imagine the price will drop as time goes on, and when it does, I'll pick up a few. And sleep was good, and yeah, the time difference is a killer. I am glad that you're home, but Ohio's not your home. Your true home is here, so hopefully we can fix that up eventually. And let's see, John said, should I get another copy from the Amazon site? They give it another set. They did, John. I can't remember the set number, but I can do some research, which shouldn't take too much to figure it out. For the Saturn V, they did give it a totally different number. And actually, John, they did the same thing with the ship in a bottle, where they released it, and then they realized, oh, crud, what do we do that for? And so they redid it. And they did the same thing with the Death Star, too. The playable version of the Death Star. So Lego has done that a couple times, where they release a set and they discontinue it, and then they realize, based off the price in the secondary market, that holy crap, we missed the boat, we could have made more money off of it, and then they scramble to get it back out. And I mean that's my opinion now. I could be wrong, maybe they don't scramble, but in my opinion they do. And they also did that with the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon. They did try to kind of cover that one up by redesigning it some. But, oh well. I've got both versions of the, what do you call it? Yeah, I got both versions of the Millennium Falcon, and I'm sorry, I read chat and it threw me off. Alright, so John, let's see. Cute chicks, yes. Well, you can tell, yeah, it's like, well, first of all, let me start with the first comment, John. Yes, it is like Zoom. It's called StreamYard, and it is like Zoom, just over on YouTube. It's an awesome product. You don't need anything fancy. A lot of people use their phones and as long as your phone has a working camera, you can join with StreamYard. If you have a laptop or some sort of webcam on your computer, to work on that too. And by the way, that is open to anybody. If you want to join me on a live stream, I'm going to subscribe to that service, and as long as you are willing to keep it family friendly, you are invited. I just, it's not that I don't talk, it's not like I'm not family friendly when I'm off of here. It's just, as I've explained in the past, I have family that is small. I won't say any names to protect their privacy, but I have a niece who has children, and one of them's a 10-year-old boy who absolutely adores me, and I don't talk like that in front of him, and I don't want to teach him words that he doesn't need to know. And he does watch my live streams and videos. So, and there's others too. There's my nephew who's got a daughter who's 8, and she watches my stuff too. Anyway, you get the point. I've got family that is small that watches this, and I'm sure because the subject matter is Legos, there's other kids that watch it. So I need to keep it family friendly. And it's not that I don't enjoy a good joke once in a while that's dirty. I sure do. I just don't want to pass that along to young innocent ears. So that's why I say we got to keep it family friendly on here, and we do. So, but I will be doing that shortly. And let's see, the next comment was, how do I tell which version it is? And it's just by the set number, John. The set number is different for both of them. And as far as looking at the actual set, I don't know, because I never paid attention too much to the two different versions of the Saturn V rocket. I don't think they're much different though at all, because I know that just looking at the box, it looks like the same exact set. So I don't think there is anything to, like I said, that's like big difference to it. Okay, so, and let's see, cute chicks too. Yes, we do. We've got Rhode Island Reds, and that's the only ones I know. We've got some black chickens, we got some golden chickens, some gray chickens. Most of them are the Rhode Island Reds though. The Rhode Island Reds, they're the ones that they lay the what is it, the brown eggs. And I can't remember, one of them's supposed to lay green eggs, which I've never seen green eggs, and it reminds me of Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham, which, well, if it doesn't come from the chicken as green, I ain't eating it. And how are the horses? The horses are great. Ever since Mrs. Chip is here, those horses, every time I go back there, they come right up to the fence, and that's because when Mrs. Chip was here, she was feeding those horses carrots and apples, which is really cool. There's 3 horses, and so to explain, I live on 3 acres, and the first acre is the front yard, and then the second acre goes right along the back side of the house, and the back side of the house is all fenced in, and there's 1 acre fenced in, and then there's a gate, and there's another acre that's fenced in. And I will tell a story in a minute. They're not my horses, they are the neighbor's horses. And let's see. Ooh, that is not clear. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's clear. It's kind of, I don't like it sometimes because Lego instructions can get muddled with the dark colors and dark colors, and I have trouble seeing them. So the horses, let's see. There's 3. There's 2 quarter horses, and there's a Shetland pony, although it's a full grown as far as Shetlands get full grown, which they don't. They're kind of miniatures. Anyway, got 3 horses, and so I was when I got my riding lawnmower, I went out there and I was mowing my back acre, the very furthest one, and my neighbor came out and asked me to stop doing that, and kind of thought it was a weird request at first, but you know, I listened to him, and he said basically the cost of feed's gone up, and he's got a lot of animals. He's got cattle. He's got a lot, actually. Sheep. He's got chickens as well. And anyway, they got a lot. And he just said, the cost of feed has gone up and he can't really afford it, and he wanted to know if I'd stop mowing and allow him to put some horses back there. And of course I would. I mean, I'm not using it really. So I went ahead and he put his horses back there, and they are definitely feeding back there. So, and it's kind of nice to see it. You just go back there, and actually I just go to my back window and I can see it. Okay, so we got his little torso going, and we've also got bag number 3 going. It looks like that's going to be the legs because I see tires in here. Yeah, sorry, John. I didn't mean to not tell you anything. It's just, boy, I really have been busy, John. With all the repairs to the home and all that, it's been quite the adventure. So, and boy, right now I wish I could turn on that AC. I'm starting to sweat. It's like I said, it's pretty warm up here. And who knows? I might just turn it on. So, regardless. And I appreciate those that have hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button. It's kind of one of those things where if you do it, they like to reward me. So, and Mrs. Chip, do you have both of your phones? The reason I asked that is I swore I just heard one of your phones go off. So I hope you have both of your phones. If you don't, let me know. The post office is open from 9 to 11. That's it here, but I will drop it in the mail, overnight it to you if that's the case. First I gotta find it. And that'll be fun. But anyway, when Mrs. Chip was here, she was a great help. She went through and helped me unpack the majority of the stuff that was left. There's just a little bit left in the garage, and that is it. Everything else is unpacked, which I certainly appreciate because I was getting to it, but not at a very fast rate. Oh, you have both. You look hot. Well, thanks, John. No, I know you didn't mean it like that. I'm just playing around. It is warm in here. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And I know what to say. I didn't do this right, so let me take this apart. Yeah, my, not that I'm trying to be gross, but my forearms are sticking to the table because I'm sweating. It is nasty in here, but, oh well. We're just gonna have to deal with it for now. That is one of the reasons I like doing the live stream in the morning, though, is that, it's not as warm. And I will say, too, that Mrs. Chip and I drove past the old house, and I gotta say, as beautiful as the house was, I don't really miss it. So, I really just, I've so enjoyed living out here. Let me tell you, it's quiet out here. I've got good neighbors. They're far away from me, so I can see them but not hear them. And my neighbors have been very respectful of my property, which at the other house they weren't. I had neighbors that were directly behind me. They were a younger couple, and they were extremely rude in my opinion. They let their dog come over and use the facility, use the bathroom on my yard, and it drove me nuts. I'd say something to them, and they wouldn't do anything about it. And they didn't secure down the trampoline, and the trampoline, when the wind caught it, it picked up, went over the rock wall because my lot was about 4 foot higher than theirs, and it landed on my barbecue grill, smashing it. And they said they would pay for the damage, and I never saw a nickel. And even though I said something to them, and so it was not a good relationship. I did not appreciate them. I thought they were rude, and I thought they were inconsiderate. And they're not the reason I moved, but the fact that I don't got to deal with them anymore is nice. So I don't have that problem here. We need a sticker here. My neighbors are awesome. In fact, Andrew, if you're listening, Andrew, I won't give away his age, but he's a younger guy, and he's a child, and he lives next door. And Andrew likes to come over, just hang out. So, and I appreciate him. Hanging out with kids is, in my opinion, sometimes funner than adults because they don't bring up things that I don't want to talk about. What I mean is, adults tend to be a little crude and rude sometimes, not always, but they tend to be. And kids don't. They're more simple-minded, and I don't mean simple-minded in a bad way. I mean their thoughts are simple, and so I get a kick out of hanging out with them. So anyway, my next door neighbor, he likes hanging out with me, and of course I think he likes the Legos as well. He was here the day I got Optimus Prime in the mail. He thought that was pretty dang cool. Of course I do too. So, and I was starting to mention it, but I kind of got sidetracked. I really do enjoy being able to put together some of the stuff here. And one of the things that I am putting together right now is the personal Legos like I was talking about a little bit ago. And in my opinion, it's going really well. And I am taking this opportunity to reset my Lego stuff, because I don't like the way it was organized before, and since I have it all the way apart anyway, I'm going ahead and reorganizing it the way I want to. An example is containers and windows. My windows and doors were just in one big bin, so finding them was always a problem. So what I'm doing now is I'm going through and taking them out of that big bin, organizing by color, and then when I get doors and windows, I'm putting them in there, so they'll be easier to find. And I'm also, it's so hard because when I'm putting this stuff away, I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking about all these different things I want to build, and I know I can't. I just don't have the time as it currently is. I will say that me and Mrs. Chip have been talking, and I really want to do this YouTube full time, and so we've been thinking about a way that I can quit working and just do this full time. And I think that if the stars line up the way I think they're going to, and I'm just joking about that because I don't believe in that, but I'll say it as a joke, I think that I'm about 4, maybe 5 months away from being able to be financially independent enough that I do not need a full-time job. And so if that is the case, I am going to focus on my channel a heck of a lot. I'm going to try to do as much as I can between now and then to set the groundwork for that and make that possible. And yeah, so we've got a lot of good things going. I think we're in a good spot, just thinking to keep going down the same road. And I've got house repairs to make. Oh, I hooked up the water softener. This house came with a water softener, but the last owner didn't. He threw it down there in the basement, but he didn't hook it up. And as a result, the shower head was just gummed up, and so was the sink, kitchen sink. And anyway, it was really a mess when I moved in. And I replaced the shower head, cleaned out the calcium out of the water faucet for the kitchen, and also, I was going to say, I didn't want to tackle this part of plumbing. I paid a professional plumber to come over this week, and he reconnected up the bathtub in the master bath. Literally, if you would have turned on the water, you would have had water coming in the basement because there was a hole for the tub drain, but there was no drain installed. So I do like doing a lot of projects myself, but I will not. Plumbing is not one of those things. It's my strong suit. In fact, it's my nothing suit. I don't do plumbing very often. The few times that I've done plumbing, I was mostly successful, but there's been a couple times where I've started a project, thought I could do it, and then I had to call a plumber to bail me out. So This case, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna pay. The guy came out. He had it together in a little over an hour, and he did a professional job. It works, and I was kind of watching him do it, and I have to say I'm glad I didn't attempt it, because this was I would have been in over my head from the get-go. So might have cost me a little bit, but it's worth it. And if you remember the song from Milli Vanilli, Don't Forget My Number, Weird Al did a spoof of that, and it was Don't Forget My Plumber. And in the song he says, if he works for one day, it costs you half a year's pay. That's about right. I'm joking, it's not that bad. But this plumber actually was he was reasonably priced. I gotta give him that, especially because he came out 40 minutes to do it. Alright, here we go. Here's the torso and a little bit of legs here. So how many bags are there, you asked? I think there is 9. And we are on number 4. And I got my crackhead cat on the floor. Go away. He likes to eat plastic. Don't ask me why, he's just always done that. So John, how is Rue doing? I have watched a few videos online on Instagram. And we talked about that previously. So but I did come prepared with water. Oh, I must say, I have mentioned this before on other live streams. I've been trying to be healthier, and that's one of the reasons that I moved to the country, was that I hope to be able to do that. And I have to say, since buying this house, I have lost 11 pounds. And that's because you can't have a house out here and not take care of it. Well, you can, but I won't. And so there's a lot of yard to keep up on. There's a lot of moving stuff around from here, there, and everywhere. Anyways, all that activity has resulted in a bit of a weight loss. I hope that it continues to go that direction, and I'm going to certainly try to make that happen. Okay, so something's not adding. Oh, there it is. It is working. I'm sorry. I was going to say it's not adding up, but I am definitely wrong. It's all right here. So yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of weight loss. And I am trying to, well, Mrs. Chip, go back to bed. I appreciate you being a trooper and trying to be on here with me, but if you are that tired, my girl, go to bed. I mean, yeah, work. You gotta work Monday, which, yeah, I know. We all look forward to that, right? Anyway, sarcasm. Definitely a healthy dose of sarcasm with that. Tomorrow is Father's Day for all you fathers out there. That is one of the reasons that I did the live stream today instead of tomorrow. I thought about doing it tomorrow because I know Greg's available on Sundays but not Saturdays, but I didn't want to do a live stream on Father's Day. I wanted to just relax. Now I am thinking about putting together a video tonight or today. I've got the Lamborghini over there, and I think the Lamborghini would be a fun one to put together. It's the miniature one, the one that's like 200 pieces, or roughly 200 pieces. And I think I'm going to do a video of that today and release it. Again, I'm just trying to build up the city, and I think the Lamborghini would be a nice addition to the city. Give my minifigures something to ride around in and talk about. And in fact, yeah. So we'll see about that. We'll see if I got the time. I am planning on going and seeing my father, even though I just saw him yesterday. And love you too, Mrs. Chip, and thank you for the Happy Father's Day. I appreciate that. And I am planning on going to see my father tomorrow. My sister and I are going to take my dad out to dinner, so I will be gone most of the day tomorrow anyway, because my dad lives an hour and a half away from me now. So it's not a small little jog in the park, it's pretty far. So anyway, and I'm not complaining, just stating how it is. I do love seeing my dad, and I'm not saying this just because he's my dad. I'm saying it because I really mean it. I feel like I have one of the most awesomest fathers anyone could have. And no, he was not a perfect dad, but he was certainly funny. He taught me a lot of good things, like the value of hard work and working smarter, not harder. He definitely taught me that. So, got a lot of good things to say about my dad. And I'm not trying to rub it in for those who don't have their dads around anymore, but I'm grateful my dad is still around. I certainly have plenty of friends who do not have their dads around, and I know that day is eventually going to come, but it is not here yet, so I will enjoy that while it still exists. And if your dad is still around, please make sure to tell your father a happy Father's Day tomorrow. I would really make me happy if you did. I do feel that fathers a lot of times are unsung heroes, and I don't feel that any parent, mom or dad, should be unsung heroes. I feel that we should appreciate what we have, because one of these days you're going to look up off your phone and they ain't going to be there. Alright, so moving right along here. Yeah, we got a lot going on here. Oh, I bought a riding lawnmower, and that's because, well, keeping up with this place with the push mower is impossible. So a good chunk of money went towards that, but I'm very happy to have it, and I have to say that riding lawnmower works great with the land that I have. And Mrs. Chip, when she was here, I operated the riding lawnmower, and she took around the little push mower and got around the trees and under the trees where I can't get with the mower, so she was a big help. Alright, so now we've got a little bit of stuff here on the leg. My fingers are starting to get that roundness on them from the Lego. They're getting Lego dimples. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys heard. Lego announced this week that they are building a factory in Virginia. I don't remember where in Virginia. Of course, I kind of vaguely remember the article at this point. But it's supposed to be the largest Lego factory. It's supposed to employ almost 2,000 people. So very excited about that. I used to live in Virginia. In fact, last I lived in Utah, but before that I lived in Virginia for, boy, how long did I live there? Long enough, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. No, I lived in Virginia for 7 years. So very cool. Very excited to see them build a factory there. I hope it'll be better than the Chinese factory. And I'm not trying to make fun of it, but if you remember, the Chinese factory had a problem with the yellows. And no, I'm not being racist. I mean the color yellow Legos. There was a color variation And they also got really bad with the pearl gold. That was, you never knew what color you actually were going to get with that. So I'm hoping that Lego will get it right in the first try. And if they're building a factory here, that means it doesn't have to cross the ocean, which I hope will mean a better supply chain and more availability. If you haven't noticed, when Lego sells out, it stays sold out for quite a long time. So I'm hoping by putting a factory here, they can rectify that situation. So anyway, I thought that was some pretty cool news that they are putting a factory right here. Well, not right here, but you know what I meant. Okay. I'm having trouble seeing the dark on the instructions, the dark on the dark. So tell you a little bit about my town. I live in a town of 2,200 people. As you can tell, it's a thriving metropolis. It does have a hardware store. It's not very big, but we do have one. We do have a post office. Again, not very big. Only open on 2 hours on Saturdays, so it's kind of a bust. We do have a place that sells appliances, which I tried to use them because my washer and dryer have both broke since I've got here. More on that later. It's a very small town, but I like it. Oh, we have a little country store that sells like chicken feed, horse feed, salt blocks, whatever you need for livestock kind of thing. Pretty cool little store. But we got a lot going on here, even though it's a small area as far as businesses are concerned. Getting a plumber was a bit of an issue though. I had to go to a town that's about 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away to get a plumber to come up here, and getting him to come up here was kind of tricky. Basically had to offer him cash, which I don't carry cash, so I had to go get some. But anyway, I'm glad to have that over with, and I'm glad to have that bathtub working again. Okay, washer and dryer. Well, here's the deal. The last guy that owned this place did not install the water softener. It was there, but it was not connected up. So what had happened was the hard water, and we do have extremely hard water here, it messed up the washer and the dryer. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. So the washer and dryer got ruined, and yes, the dryer had steam. That's why it got ruined. And unfortunately, I didn't know both of them were going to break. So what had happened was the washer broke. I ran down to a town that's about an hour and 20 minutes away, because the local place here didn't have what I needed. Mine have to be stackable, absolutely, because I don't have a laundry room. I have a laundry closet, and so I was required to get stackable units, and it had to work with the dryer I already had. So the guy here just didn't carry what I needed. So I went ahead and went down to a town about an hour away, hour 20 minutes away, and I got the washer. Well, my luck, the very next day the dryer broke, and again it was because of the hard water. So I couldn't go right away because my son's graduation was like the next day. So I went out of town with a broken dryer, came back, got a dryer, and when Mrs. Chip was here, she helped me stack it, and there's no way I could have done it on my own. So I really, really do appreciate that, and I'm having trouble seeing instructions. So yeah, I've already gone through a washer and dryer in the 2 months that I've lived here. Okay, wait a minute. This is really getting hard to see here. Okay, is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, let's throw that on here. All right. So we've got, I think I missed something I did. Okay, there we go. Let's put this leg on here. Okay, so we've got bags 1 through 4 done, and we've got a torso going. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's not quite an hour, but I've got quite a few bags left, and yeah, I'm not going to finish it within an hour. So we're going to stop here. Like I said, no live stream tomorrow. I just don't want to interrupt Father's Day, so we won't do that. But Monday night, we will definitely come back and reconvene, so you will see that announcement on here just within a few minutes of me ending this stream. And if you want to support the channel, continue watching. Go back and watch some other ones if you're, sitting at the doctor's office or at the DMV or any other place you got to wait. I've got shorter videos that are 5 minutes, got them an hour, over an hour. So whatever time period you got to wait, I've got a video for you. So if you want to support the channel, go back and watch and help out with the viewership, or the hours watched as they call it here on YouTube. That helps me out. And also you can head to my store. It's called the Chip Off the Old Block. There is a link in the description. We've got about 800,000 pieces right now. That's going to stay about the same. I do have some inventory to add, but just don't have the time right now. But we're going to try to maintain it about 800,000 for a little bit, and might expand, might contract, who knows. But yeah, head over there, and I usually ship within 24 business hours. And if you want to get those pieces, head over there, link in the description. Also, you can like this, you can subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, please go back and check and make sure you're still subscribed. I've heard from a few people over the last few months that for some reason they thought I unsubscribed them. I do not do that. I don't even know if I can do that. I don't care. If you're here, you're here, and great if you are, but I do not unsubscribe people. So just make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure YouTube didn't pull a fast one on you. Alright guys, leave me a comment below, turn on all notifications. Those are ways you can help me out, and you could also share a link to any of my videos on social media and leave a review with that link. Let people know that this is a good channel, dumb dad jokes but kind of funny, and I really appreciate it, guys. Alright guys, be good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on Monday night.